You're tuned into Greetings from Area Code 207. We're the local music hour here at 102.9 WBLM. My name's Charlie Gaylord. We broadcast each and every Wednesday evening at 8, and the show repeats every Sunday morning at 9. Just about each week we have an in-studio guest, and this week is no different. It's Joe Farren in for his first interview here on the big show. Joe, thanks for coming down to the show.
Thank you.
You have a CD called Till the Day, which came out sometime last year, and we've been playing the song Savannah, which we heard before the interview started, and we'll talk about all about that in the interview. But first, why don't you tell our BLM listeners a little bit about yourself, how you got started, and are you from Maine originally?
I am. I grew up in Scarborough, Maine, and I hit the open mic scene, back when I was in college. Graduated from USM. Before that, I played in tons of local bands. I was in Shuffle and Tremble.
Oh yeah, we've heard of them.
Success
Sure.
locally. Yeah, we had a record out and stuff. So.
And were you like the primary singer-songwriter for that band?
No, I was just a keyboard player, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, we went our separate ways, and I got into I did some theater and stuff. Then I started writing more. I went to New Orleans, did some traveling. Coming back, I really got into singer-songwriters and into that whole thing. And
so how long have you been writing tunes?
I guess 6-7 years now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
you've got this CD which came out last year, I guess?
Yep, came out in July, and I spent over a year working on this thing. I had a record out before that was I did some home recording and more of a demo thing.
Did your previous band have any CDs out?
Yeah, Shuffle and Tremble had one.
And are you primarily a keyboard player or a?
Yeah, I started on drums and I went to guitar and piano. So I do all three. Piano's my main thing, that's for sure. But I'm more brought up on rock and blues and playing by ear, and I studied some jazz.
And so the CD came out last year, and you've been playing shows to promote it pretty regularly?
Yeah, so I do for a living. So I'm playing, 2 or 3, 4 nights a week. In the summer, even more. I do weddings, and I do that whole thing. I mix the gigs with the artist gigs. I play listening rooms at least once a month or so. But other than that, right now I'm doing the Ski Mountain gigs. I'm up at Sunday River. Mm-hmm. And I lived in Booth Bay Harbor for a couple of years, so I have a lot of contacts up there. So I do, not many club dates there anymore, but I get a lot of private events and functions and weddings and catering companies. And I do, all the covers, so I'm pretty versatile is what I could do with that. So I get hired for, doing cocktail hours to getting people up dancing.
Great. It's great that you can make a living playing music.
It's fun, man. I do that, and I teach lessons, too.
I'm sure people can also buy the CD from your website as well.
Absolutely. Yep,
and can they get it at Bull Moose?
Yeah, it's at Bull Moose. It's on iTunes. It's on a few download sites, and it's on CD Baby. If you'd like a hard copy, which I encourage people to do that, because I did go all out as far as the artwork and printing the lyrics. And I was
going to say, the artwork looks really good.
Yeah, Walt Craven from...
Really?
Lost on Lift Off and 6 Gig and all those great bands.
He does good. Yeah, he
played guitar on a track on the record.
Really?
And did a good job. So
I tell you what, let's play a couple of tracks.
Sure.
From the CD, and I think we picked out a couple. We're going to play Red Jacket and Last Chance. Anything you want to say about those particular tunes before we give them a spin?
Yeah, Last Chance is a takeoff of an old 50s kind of rock and roll groove piano boogie woogie thing, which is a huge influence. For me, that's why I started playing piano by ear, and my dad was a big fan of Elvis and Buddy Holly and Jerry Lee Lewis and all those great songwriters. And I recorded it in the same thing. I did a live take. I had some good R&B players. I had Marty Joyce on kit and Justin Maxwell on bass, who are guys that I met doing the blues jams back when I was 16 or so. So I got them in the studio, and we cut it live. And
great, let's check it out. We're talking with Joe Farren. His CD is called Till the Day, and you're hearing it right here on BLM.
Chasing you, there's a million other things this man could do. I've been hanging around this town way too long. Tonight's the last chance, mama. Oh, the rest in the morning I'll be gone. I'll bring you flowers from the park. I don't have a red jacket like James Dean, and I'm not as handsome as Springsteen, but maybe I could offer more than a schoolgirl crush that still hangs on your wall. You won't find me in this month's Rolling Stone.
Two tracks right there from Joe Farren. We're talking with Joe live in the studio. He's got a CD called Till the Day, which came out a few months ago. And he is our guest on the big show here on Greetings from Area Code 207. Those tracks sounded pretty cool.
Thanks.
I like the dobro on the country tune that we heard. And that sounded great. And you told me it's a Nashville session guy.
It was, yeah. We tracked most of the rhythm section, the bass and drums, and I did most of the guitars and keyboards and stuff up here, but I wanted, definitely wanted the dobro and the fiddles and the steel guitars and stuff. So working with Tom Acousti, he had some connections down in Nashville and was still doing some work down there. So
yeah, Tom. Now, how did you get involved with Tom in his studio?
He taught a workshop thing through the Maine Songwriters Association. So we just hit it off. So I came to Tom with some new material. Like, I was going to record by myself again. I just came with the tunes. I wanted him to help me arrange them and maybe give me some pointers and stuff on the actual songwriting. And then he just kind of put me through boot camp, and he was just happy that I'd actually go home and tear my own songs apart. And so he came connected to some of the tunes and really liked them and said, geez, I'd like to produce this. So we talked about, a budget, what I wanted, and we made it happen. He came to see me live, and it was great. I told him I wanted to do a project that was, I was finally out of college, had some money saved up, and I was like, I want to take my best tunes, have a record that I want to be proud of in 10 years to sell. So Tom came out and saw me live, and he came in and said, okay, well, I want to capture this, capture that. You do piano, guitar. I want to capture all these different styles. And so he came in with his own expectations and said, if I'm going to put my heart into this, then I want this and that. And so we just went to town. It's been a whole year. And
how did you decide? You've got a lot of interesting players on it. How did you decide to bring in whomever to play drums or to play bass?
Yeah, we kind of we did it as we went. Really, we had somewhat of a plan to start with, but we do like a session or two a week, so it was great. Slow it down, like not to go in for a month and just track it. We did weekends where we'd have different guys who was available, or guys Tom knew, or guys I wanted, and
there's some local names I like Rob Duquette and John Comnick, as we mentioned, Walt Craven.
Yep. We had, Justin Maxwell. We had Tim Fuller on guitar. He's a great guitar player, as well as John Lawson played bass, and Robbie Coffin played some guitar.
But then you did some of the tracking down in Nashville?
We did.
And there's some Nashville guys on it. I noticed on bass you've got Lance Hoppin on a couple of tracks, and he was the bass player for the big group Orleans with their big hit singles in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was a phenomenal player, too. All the guys down there were great, quick, The guys up here, too. The stuff we wanted down there wasn't as accessible up here as far as getting the steel and the dobro. And the fact that Tom was heading down there to do some work anyway, it was just convenient to do it. So.
And that's the good thing about Pro Tools, too. You can just carry the tracks with you and work on them wherever you are.
Yeah, we split the tunes, like half the tunes we do kind of a live thing, right? I record with a band, and then, I might replace some of my stuff. And we did half where I played most of the instruments myself, and I would I'd play my guitar and sing to a drum loop or something, and then we'd slowly build things off of that. So it's good to try all those different approaches, be able to redo stuff all the time, too. I mean, I do a big piano part, like I do the song live, then we go down and get bass and drums on it or something, and then I'd have to really come back and retrack and simplify it, and it was an awesome experience, though.
And again, if people want to buy the CD, they can go to Bull Moose Music, or they can go to your website, which once again is
joefarren.com.
And do you have plans already to do a second one? Have you any ideas about that? Or?
Yeah, I just got my own recording rig, so I'll do probably a lot more of a stripped down thing next time, and just keep up with the writing and just do a lot more, maybe piano vocal and guitar vocal.
Now, do you write a lot of songs? I mean, do a couple songs a week, or how's it work?
Yeah, you never know. You do it when it hits. You know what I mean? I'm doing some co-writing now with Tom, so that's great to keep in touch with him and to do work that way. Yeah, I'm really seeking out good songs now, as far as studying too. Where I used to be, I was more into artists and bands, and now I'm really seeking out good songs, and I really want to get into that market and publishing and all those kind of things. My next record will probably be more of a stripped down thing. It'll be really all about the tunes, similar to this record. This, the production here was all about the songwriting. That's really what it's about for me. So.
All right, we're talking with Joe Farren. His CD is called Till the Day, and let's play another track right now. We got time for one more.
Miss the man in your locket, 'cause that's the man I used to be.
Another song right there from Joe Farren. We've been talking with Joe here in the studio on Greetings from Area Code 207. The CD is called Till the Day. That sounded great.
Thank you.
The whole CD sounds good. You did a great job, and
Thanks,
Tom Acousti does a really nice job.
Sure does.
And you were mentioning earlier that you give lessons, and
I do piano, guitar, and drum lessons.
And can people find out about that as well on your website?
Yeah, my emails and my phone number right on my website. So, yeah, please check that out.
All right. And what about if people want to come see you play live?
Yeah, I play quite a bit. My schedule's up on my webpage. I have a couple gigs I could plug here, I guess.
Sure.
I'll be at the Stockhouse Station Restaurant most Thursdays, 6 p.m. I'll be at the Sea Dog in Thompson this Friday, the 14th. Start 9:30. I'll be at the Frog and Turtle, which is the old Chickies Diner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great room. Friday, the 28th. That's at 9 p.m. And then I'll be back at Slanche, the wine bar on Preble Street, on Tuesday, April 8th. That's also at 9 p.m.
Sounds like you're pretty busy playing the gigs. And these are gigs that you do solo?
Yeah, completely solo. I haven't worked with a band for a while, so I do guitar and piano, and I have a few tricks up my sleeve with some loops and things like that. Not too technical. I play everything live, but yeah, I enjoy doing the solo thing. The records, for the most part, are a full band.
Right.
But I like the connection doing the solo thing.
All right. Well, Joe Farren, thanks a lot for coming down to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
The CD sounds great, and continued good luck to you.
Thank you.